In this review, we're going to look at the Walmart exclusive Marvel Legends Ulik. Ulik is a deluxe release exclusive to Walmart. I think it's walmart.com. I saw someone mention maybe this is just an online exclusive. Hopefully it goes to brick and mortar too, because it is a great figure. And the reason why I say that without even being open, I have the SDC one. I'm glad this is available now for everybody to be able to get it who missed out on the SDC. Ulik comes in the deluxe size boxes. They're just oversized standard Marvel Legends style boxes without the hang tag on top. You got the big window box. You see the figure, the accessories. You get an alternate head, mace, and 2 fist hands. You get the Thor logo down here, Ulik. Some nice artwork on the side, on both sides. You get your Thor logo on top. Your legalese barcodes on the bottom. On the back of the box, you get some nice artwork of Ulik, or Ulik? How do you pronounce it? That's always what I wondered. I've heard it pronounced different ways. Anyway, you get a short bio of Ulik in multiple languages on the back. You can read it there. I want to pause it. And you get your legalese, warnings, your sad onion on the bottom. Attention, Hasbro. And here you look at the plastic tray. You can see it comes with the alternate screaming head, mace, 2 alternate fist hands, and there's a new necklace, new hands, and new shoulders. And here we have Ulik free from the plastic tray, and he looks great. There's different paint decos slightly on this one compared to the SDC one, some different colors, changes, plus the new accessories. Let's take a look at the accessories, we'll mention them. And we have the alternate screaming head. It looks great. I love the hair. It's like windswept, so it gives it like a more dynamic look. Great looking sculpt on that one. Let's go ahead and look at the other head while we mention it. It looks great. You can see it's the same. The sculpt is done well enough where it looks like the same head, just one's yelling, one's got his teeth gritted. The hair is different on both, similar but sculpted to look like more dynamic in motion on this one. We got the mace, which we didn't get with the SDC one because it came with closed fist only. And the mace is actually 2 parts. When I was taking out the packaging, it come apart. It's keyed. You can only go in one way. Realize why they made the mace detachable. It makes it so much easier to put it in the figure's hand. You just slide the handle in, then put the hammer back on. It's the marbled silvery plastic. Been nice if we could get a wash on this or something like they did with the Ragnarok Thor. And we got the closed fist hands, which we saw on the original SDC with the knuckle dusters on him. And the new hands, we got a grip hand for the mace, and we got an open display hand or a reaching, grasping hand. And there's a new necklace. And we got new shoulders. The previous one used the Rhino's shoulders, which had the pinholes for the alternate armor, shoulder armor. So now we got new shoulders, which they use these shoulders on the new retro card Rhino as well. Just getting rid of those holes makes a big difference, really. There is some reuse on the figure, like the same with the original figure. Like they use the Rhino's limbs, hips, legs, feet. It's exclusive to Ulik, and hands to Ulik. We got a new chest, and I like how they did the chest, where they got the shoulder hair. Looks part of the sculpt. It glues in through here. Soft rubbery piece that doesn't get in the way for articulation when you're rolling around. So when you articulate up that way. The scale mail is done really nicely in a nice metallic green, and they actually sculpted in battle damage into the scale mail itself. You can see where some scales have been knocked out. A few spots on the front and on the back as well. You can see where their scales has been knocked out through battles. And on the chest armor piece, the decorative piece, you can see cuts and scrapes from different battles. Paint wise, it is a little bit different from the SDC. The skin tones are lighter than the SDC one. And the silvers are a little brighter. And on the SDC, the belt is a dark green, and this is just the green, the same as the trunks. Well, basically that's the biggest difference between the two, is just a little bit of color change. And new heads, of course. This head is alright, but looks like he just got back from the barber shop. It's all, the hair's combed down really nice. It almost looks like you could use this and put it on here and have a dapper Ulik. And one thing you can do too with the alternate portrait on the figure, the alternate head, you can pop that on the other one. Like I mentioned, the skin tones are lighter, but where it's separated from the arms, it still works. And sometimes you can do like the different characters too. They have a different color face, flesh tones over from the rest of the body. Something like the Thundercats, you got the lighter skin tones around the mouth and stuff. So work for you look too if you. I like that. So you can actually change out the really too calm looking Ulik. I like the menacing grin and the yelling enraged head. For any other paint decos, it's really just a little bit of differences in color tones. The browns are darker on the SDC. The airbrush browns a little heavier on the airbrushing. But other than that, it's the same figure, other than the head sculpt and the arms. Let's go ahead and look at articulation on Ulik, and you'll see the head is on a disc hinge ball joint. And you got up and down with the heads on. You got the hair is going to limit some movement, but you can still look this much up and this much down. Full 360. You get some little bit of tilt, not much. And you got disc hinge shoulders that kick up just this far, but you get a full 360. And like I said, these hair pieces are rubber overlays, so they get out of the way when you rotate. Bicep swivel. Single jointed elbows. Get you just at 90 degrees, maybe a little less. Hinge and swivel wrist. Full 360. You get an ab crunch. Can go back this far. You get a pizza oven in the front. When you articulate it backwards, you can see in there pretty well. Let's turn a little extra light on. Turn a little extra light on so you can see, yeah, you can see all the way up into the figure. That's a big opening. Crunches forward, very little. And you get the big slot on the back on as well. That's true on the original one too, since they're using the same parts. You get a waist swivel, full 360. Ball jointed hips, go out this far. Kick forward this far. And nothing really back. Thigh rotation, full 360. Single joint knees, which are quite ugly when you articulate them because the kneecap is part of the lower shin. They get you less than 90. Hinged ankles. I wish they would have used brown plastic once you articulate that ankle. That's very noticeable. They should have used a plastic closer to this for those ankles. And that's true on the original release too. And it kicks down this far. He's a ballerina. Goes forward this much. Ankle pivots. Great range in the ankles and the foot and ankle. And he's very well articulated for a big guy. Some of the articulation points are kind of ugly. You get the big pizza oven in the chest, the ugly knees. But other than that, it does the job. Okay, let's do some size comparisons real quick. First up, we have Bucky Cap. We have Black Widow. We have the larger suit body. Doctor Strange. Cobra Commander. Destro. Valorverse Sergeant Slaughter, WWE Elite Sergeant Slaughter, Super 7's Lino, Loose Collector Executive Replicas Lady Death. For bigger characters, we got Mr. Hyde and the Abomination. I have to say this is a great piece, and if you're missed out on the SCC exclusive, this is a must get, especially if you're big into Marvel's more mystical side, cosmic side. Great addition to your shelves. Love the new parts, new accessories, the new mace. I like where the hammer is actually detachable, makes it easier getting the hand. The screaming head looks great on this thing. Wish we had some more Asgardians to go with it. I'd love to see a box set, maybe like the Warriors 3, comic book versions of those, and more trolls and ice giants to go with these baddies for the Asgardians to fight against. This is a must get to me. It's like, if you like that kind of stuff in Marvel, get this. Don't hesitate. There's only really two issues I really have of this mold in general. The knees are ugly, which is from the original like Rhino Build-A-Figure. It's not changed. Been nice if they could have engineered some new knees or something. I know these are budget constraints. We already got some new parts. But, and the ankles really should have been, well, I like to have the ankles brown, because you would blend in better this way, but if you did the brown ankles, then you would have the brown on the back. So you have to have a trade-off. Which would you prefer? Like, would you have the ankles be brown out in front, and you see like the eyesore there, but right now it's an eyesore where it's these flesh tones this way. I'm not sure which way I'd like it better. Maybe they could add some of the brown on the back too. I don't know. And yep, same way. But yeah, this is a great piece. I highly recommend this. Anyway, thank you for taking the time. Watch the review. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time.